Hello everyone, my name is Daanilion and welcome back to the channel. So today we are continuing with the 15 years ago series I've created for The Sims 4. Today we're still focusing on Willow Creek, of course, and last episode we did the Goths. I also separated the household, so the bachelors are separate from the Goths. And I actually wanted to change this to just Goth. But yes, and they are on the gallery. I don't have Wi-Fi right now, so I can't show you guys, but they are up there on the gallery. My gallery username is the same as my YouTube. It's also not linked, but it's written down below. Today, we are turning our focus towards the Spencer Kim Lewis household, and I already got rid of Olivia. R.I.P. She's not dead, she just doesn't exist yet, and I've already changed all of their ages, and you can kind of see there's some extra Sims in there, so let's go on in and take a little look. I was looking on the Sims 4 wiki, and this is Lydia Spencer. I created her through genetics. She is the mother of Alice Spencer Kim. But she's also the daughter of Francine Spencer from Eco Lifestyle. And then Cletus is also her son. And then, so Cletus is related to Alice. You know what I'm saying? Even though, yes, this is a base game series I'm doing, it's not a base game exclusive one. Like, I'm using stuff from other packs. So I thought that, I saw that on the wiki that they might be related. It's just speculated though, because they just have the same last name. I was like, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that to create some lore. So yes, they are all related. Dennis, Kim, and Francine. No, not Francine. What am I talking about? Dennis and Lydia are married. And if you read their little bio, it says that Dennis and Lydia actually get divorced later on. So their divorce is at least not 15 years old. I don't know when they will get divorced. But then we also have Andrew Lewis, who is Eric Lewis's father, and Vivian's husband. And that's everyone that's new. I didn't get rid of anybody's skin. I didn't get rid of anybody's clothing. Which I don't even know what the hell this shirt is. Okay, that's what I thought. It's from high school years. Guys, I'm not even gonna lie. And I'm very sorry to these creators. Like, these are kind of just fugly. And, I mean, this one's okay, but High school years has some cute clothes, but it also has probably some of the ugliest clothes I've ever seen in The Sims 4. Just my humble opinion. But yes, so we are going to tackle this. Hopefully you guys will enjoy. I don't know. And I will, of course, I'm going to do it the same exact way I did it the last time with this little intro. And then we are going to go into a speed Kaz. And they are... Eric and Alice are both teenagers. Vivian is an adult. I just kind of made them all younger by one life stage, with the exception of Francine and Cletus, because when you start the game, he's a young adult and she's an elder, but Cletus has a teenage son. So he either just had a baby really, really young, or the game is wrong with his aging. So whatever, I'm gonna say he's 20 years old and he's like 35 when you start the game, which you can have a teenage son at that age, but it's just like you probably had that really, really young. And then this is Alice. They look the exact same because I haven't gone in and got rid of anything. And well, I'm about to do that. And yeah, let's get into that. Alrighty, so we're going to be starting with the Lewis family, starting with Eric. And my idea for this family is that Eric, he's in high school, he's a teen. He wants to be a doctor when he grows up. And kind of their whole story kind of revolves around the fact that Eric really wants to be a doctor, and his parents really want him to be a doctor as well. Because... they want their child to succeed, of course, who doesn't? But the problem with him wanting to be a doctor is that the Lewises currently are not in the best financial situation. Not that they're poor or broke or anything, they just don't have the money to support their lives and also send him to college without any debt. And the reason is because they just don't have that much money. And realistically, college is expensive. I know in The Sims it is not as expensive as it is in real life, and so they probably do have enough money to pay for it, but for the story, for realism, they are struggling. So yes, and Eric and Alice are dating. I think I said that in the beginning section. They're dating, but the thing is with their relationship, it's a little complicated, just a tad, in the sense that Eric has some familial problems at home, but not to the extent that Alice does. And I think Alice gets a little frustrated with Eric because he's probably like, oh yeah, my parents fight a lot too. And then she's probably like, girl, you don't understand to the level they fight. Which I relate. I grew up in a really, really turbulent household. My parents fought a lot, and my parents also fought with my siblings a lot. Thankfully, not really with me, but I witnessed a lot of it. And it was really traumatizing. Growing up in a household like that, it really creates some deep problems that I gotta go to therapy to fix. But that's a personal thing, so I'm not gonna get too much in that. But anyways, now we're on to Vivian, and Vivian's little thing is she doesn't have like, a 9-to-5, a normal, like an actual career in The Sims 4, but she does own a bakery in Willow Creek that she runs on the weekends, but she's starting to run it a little bit more often just because Eric is growing up, and so there's not a need to be home 5 days a week to take care of him or whatever. I don't know what it's going to be called, and I was thinking of actually making a little speed build of me making it, or me decorating it, and me decorating a shell I get off of the gallery that is the bakery. I don't know. But in my game, it'll be just a retail store, but obviously you guys can make it a small business if you have businesses and hobbies. I don't have that pack. If I do do that and then put it on the gallery or whatever. So yeah, she runs this bakery, and that's like her pride and joy, okay? But the current issue that is like really affecting the Lewises is that the land grabs, connecting the worlds, connecting the lore. The land grabs want to buy Vivian's bakery. That's a problem because Vivian is like, no, this is my baby. This is my business. I built this with my own money, with my own labor. Like, this is my property, and I'm not going to give it up. And I'm not going to let you steal my property and gentrify Willow Creek. Like, we're not doing that. We are not doing that, land grabs. But Vivian's husband, Andrew, who we will get to pretty soon in this speed Kaz, is kind of in a disagreement with his wife. He feels that they should sell to the land grabs because the money they offered is a lot, and that could help Eric get to college debt-free and also maybe have some money left over for when he graduates, and so he can start his future. Just realistically, that's something that parents, I feel, should do. But also, but then there's the problem of like, yeah, Vivian cares about Eric, of course. That's her child. That's her one and only child. But her business is also hers, and is actually truly hers on her own. Like, obviously, like the household, everyone in there owns the building because that's just how The Sims works. But I'm saying Vivian owns that building. Andrew did not help her pay for it. Andrew does not pay the rent for it. Vivian pays for it with the money she earns from that business. I don't know if that's actually logistically possible because her husband has a pretty good career, so he probably is helping pay a little bit. But like the initial startup, at least, that's all Vivian, because she actually started working it before she even got married to Andrew. So it's like her baby. It's her firstborn child in a sense because she had it before Eric even existed. And it's a staple in Willow Creek. And here comes the land grabs, a rich white family wanting to take it from her, and the fact that her husband doesn't recognize that, like, you know, she doesn't want to give it up. That's her baby. And, like, I don't know, it's just like, it's causing some problems between Andrew and Vivian, because, you know, obviously Andrew has, like, the right, his intentions are not bad, but his intentions also are a little off, I guess, a little bit, but it's not bad, okay? He obviously just cares about his family. He doesn't really care about, like, the implication for the city, but I think Vivian does recognize the implication, and also, you know, she doesn't want to get rid of her business, like, that's just her thing, but the fact that her husband doesn't really respect it kind of is upsetting, which of course that would be upsetting for me too. Imagine, like, you own a business and it's your business, whatever it is, and then your partner isn't, like, fully supportive of it. Not that he's not supportive, but, like, is kind of encouraging to let go of it. I don't know, I just could not imagine my partner doing that to me. Like, that would just piss me off, and also I just don't think he would. But yeah, so I'm just, like, putting myself in Vivian's shoes, like, oh yeah, I'd be mad, I'd be so mad. But yeah, so I didn't even talk about Andrew. He's a lawyer. I'm gonna put him really high up, probably like level 7, level 8, I don't know. Yeah, he's a lawyer, and so that's where, like, all of their money is really coming from. And that's also the thing, is, like, yeah, Vivian's not making as much money as Andrew, but the money she does make is still valuable. And so I feel like, I don't know, in my situation, like, if I was Vivian, I would not sell either, because that's hers. And the fact that the land grabs won it makes no sense, because they don't even live in Willow Creek. But I understand it, that's the whole point of the land grabs, like, they just want to own property, duh. But anyways, now we're moving on to the Spencer Kim family, and I talked about it a little bit in the beginning intro portion of the video. Francine Spencer and Cletus, originally Harris, but I changed his last name to Spencer. They're from Eco Lifestyle, so why are they here? Well, on the wiki it said that they were related. It possibly related, just because the Spencer last name could be kind of carried over, so I just thought, might as well roll with it, you know, creates more familial dynamics. So yeah, we have Francine Spencer, then we also have Cletus Spencer. I did give Francine a makeover, as you guys are seeing, but I did not give Cletus one, and you'll see, I was thinking about it, but I decided not to, because I couldn't be asked, bro. Like, I really don't care about him. He's just there because he's related to Francine. But yes, so Francine and Cletus, they don't really matter. They're just here, so I'm just gonna yap a little bit. Right now I'm trying to figure out a wavy hair routine, because I have wavy hair. At least my hair is textured. It might be considered curly, I don't know, but it's pretty wavy. But it's also really fine, and it gets, like, crunchy feeling. I don't know, like, it just holds on to things really intensely. So try to figure out a lightweight hair routine for my hair that's also low maintenance, because I'm a low maintenance person. So I'm trying one right now. My hair is drying as we speak, so I hope that it turns out good. But yeah, now we have Lydia Spencer. Lydia Spencer is the mother of Alice, and she, in my game, is kind of like, she's an artist. She doesn't work as a painter, though. She works as a romance consultant. And so she's like a sex therapist. That's kind of the inspiration. I was definitely thinking she gives off the mom, I don't remember her name, the mom from Sex Education, if you guys have seen that show on Netflix, and then also the mom from Meet the Fockers. Just like, those are two sex therapists that are very, like, free and open kind of vibes. So that's definitely the vibe she's giving, very boho-esque vibes. I really like her. I had so much fun making her, because she's just so cute, and also the colors I chose for her is so cute. But her thing is, her and Dennis are married, which is a very weird pairing, because Dennis is very timid. He's very shy and quiet and just to himself, and then she's definitely more out there, like very covered in tattoos, very bright, very colorful. but they work, you know, they work right now, but they eventually will get divorced because that's just how the game has them set up. But yeah, right now, Lydia is going through a sexuality crisis. So, what that means, right now she's married to Dennis, who is obviously very clearly a man, but she thinks she's a lesbian. And Dennis is aware of this. Their relationship, what is it called? The thing, I can't remember, the dynamic, that's what it is. I'm gonna make it strained. I didn't make it strained right now, but I will, because it just makes sense. They're very much strained, like they're not doing anything physically together, you know what I mean, like physical intimacy, that aspect of the relationship is gone. And she actually has cheated on him, which actually makes me so sad, like bro. Whenever you have a sexuality crisis, because I had one, trust me, I had one. I thought I was a lesbian. You don't cheat on your partner. You just don't. But she cheated on someone with... Wait. She cheated on Dennis with someone from Willow Creek. Who that is, I don't know. I'm going to be figuring it out as I create the other townies. And figure out the story. And yeah, so she had an affair with someone else in Willow Creek. And we'll discover who that is in time. But yeah, and Dennis does not know. Dennis does not know she cheated on him. That's what's pissing me off. Like, dang, why are you doing Dennis like that? I mean, I hate to defend a man. I hate it. But like, Dennis didn't do anything. He's the father of your child and you cheat on him? Oh, that's so evil. I don't care if you're having a sexuality crisis, you don't cheat. You just don't. But now we're on to Alice, and Alice is hyper aware of her family's problems. She knows her mom is a lesbian. She knows her dad is struggling with their relationship. She knows her mom has cheated on her dad. She knows these things, and that stuff is weighing on her, and so she is rebelling in a certain way through clothing. Through clothing and self-expression. Her favorite color is definitely purple. She dyed her hair a little bit of purple. She wears purple a lot. She also wears really heavy makeup. She also has, actually, I don't know if I gave her piercings. I guess I'll see, but if not, I will go in and give her at least one piercing. I think I did give her some, but I'm not totally sure. She has piercings. She will have tattoos. I give her some. Yeah, she is just rebelling against her parents in the most, like, in the way that she has the most control of doing so, which is her fashion and the way she expresses herself to the world. Because, you know, she has no control at home over the situation at hand. So, you know, might as well just dress kind of crazy because you can control that. And same thing, like I was saying, she's kind of struggling with her own relationship, with like not feeling like her partner truly understands what she's going through. You know, I hope eventually through time they figure that out. I actually don't think I gave her a piercing, so I think I will. I can't believe I overlooked that. I think definitely she needs like a nose piercing or like or an eyebrow piercing. And also, guys, can I just say, it has been a struggle, a horrible struggle to do makeup with just the Maxis EA given makeup, because the makeup sucks. It's so bad. The eyeliners are so bad. You can literally, it's like crayon. You can see the lines, like where they draw. I don't know who is the makeup designer at the Sims team or on the Sims team. They need to step up their game because their work kind of sucks, and I'm sorry. I may do, but it's really bad. And yeah, now we have Dennis. Dennis is working as a salaried person. That's his career. I wanted to do something different. I never ever really use that career for my Sims. I usually just, if I want to do something like salaried person, I just do business because it's an easier career, the pay is better, etc. But I felt like Dennis was a good Sim to give that career to, because he's so timid and like very shy, and like he's just, I don't know, he gives like very like small energy. not like small bean or whatever, but like he just gives really like tiny in terms of personality. Like he doesn't really have much of a personality. So I feel like salary person, you kind of need to just be personality-less, like really no personality to do that, because it's such a weird and hard job to like do because it's such long hours. I don't know. But yes, and also I'm very sorry if you hear my hands like clapping, because I'm very expressive with my hands. But yeah, now I'm just giving them all likes and dislikes and stuff like that. This is pretty much the end of the speed Kaz, and I will show you guys them in person. Okay, so we have our Sims. I'm going to go ahead and do some changes to them. Actually, what is this one? Oh yeah, you can keep that walk. Feel like his voice should not be that
Skibero
deep.
Debishi. Slekim Kankuya.
Oh,
Ompitash.
okay.
Kuya.
This is Eric Lewis. We all know him. This is his mother, Vivian. Then we have Andrew Lewis, the father of the Lewis family. So cute. Let me actually give... Oh no, I didn't make it cast off full edit mode. Okay, whatever. I will do that off camera, do what, like romance dynamics and stuff like that. Let's give you a walk. I like...
Hey.
Let's do that one. That one sounds nice. Then we have Francine Spencer. And Cletus, her son. And then Lydia, her daughter. So cute. I really, really love Lydia. I think she's so cool. And also, I thought I added another eyebrow piercing, but I guess I got rid of it. Then we have Alice. And I'm actually going to go in and give her a piercing of some kind. I know Eco Lifestyle has some, and Discovery University. A septum? Or a nose ring? How about an eyebrow? How does that look? Ooh, I kind of like that eyebrow piercing. And then we could do septum. Yeah, I like that. Okay, that's Alice. Final changes. And then we have Dennis. And I don't even know what I gave him, to be honest. Like, basic outfits for real. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the Sims that I made over for the Dennis Kim family. For the Spencer Kim Lewis family. I will upload them to my gallery like usual, without custom content in my game, so they're not flagged for any custom content. Yeah, I'm really proud. I've had this family in the back of my head for a long while, and then honestly, the day that I decided to start recording again for this video, I found the Francine thing, and I was like, okay, we gotta include them. So yeah, I really, really like them. And also, my one thing I do want to say, and just end this video off on, we need more afro textured hairs for The Sims 4, because there is not a lot at all. There's a lot, but there isn't. And I feel like we need more styles that match each other, because like we have these locks, but there really isn't like a standard lock hairstyle in like a in just like a chill position that matches. And I like to give my Sims like not styled hairs sometimes. Like this hair is styled, but there is no like just out version that is the same length, and I just really, really want more hairs like that. And then, you know, like there's this one, but that's a totally different texture, and I just really, really, really would like to see some more representation, a lot more representation, especially with hairs, because like, well, I have a lot of custom content, and obviously none of them are labeled as afro textured, but a lot of them are afro textured. And that's actually not the best example because it's not the best hair, but I have like a lot of these hairs, and I love these hairs because we have this one. This is a very standard, I think these are bohemian braids, but also I'm not totally sure of the hairstyles because I'm not black, so I'm not totally sure. Then we also have a stylized version. I really, really like that. So I would love if the Sims team just did more stuff like that, because I don't know. I was really having a hard time picking a hair out for Vivian because there just wasn't really any that I felt like really matched what I wanted to give her. Like my ideal hair would be, where's the one from Parenthood? Okay, it's not from Parenthood anymore, but my ideal hair for her would have been this hair, but longer and more textured. So that's my biggest complaint. I really, really, really need more textured, afro textured hairs, especially for women, but also for men, because the men do not have a good selection either. I'm going to show you guys. It's a selection, right? But it's not the best. And I really, really, really just hope that if they're going to keep making content for The Sims 4, they keep making more diverse options, even with after the buyout. And I just really, really hope that we do not lose the diversity and the inclusion aspect of The Sims 4, that, and just the Sims franchise that has literally shaped the Sims franchise since its start. I really just hope that we continue to see more diverse hairstyles, more diverse clothing, everything, because I really would appreciate that. That's just what I wanted to end off on. I really hope that The Sims 4 continues in their path of inclusivity, even after the buyout that I'm very disappointed by. But yes, doesn't mean I'm gonna stop playing the game, but it just means I'm very frustrated with an already broken and messy game. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.